monkeys. And people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bump Monkey Mafia. I'm your host and godfather, Frankie V. Here with my co-host and consigliere, Double T. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We have some very special guests today.
Should we introduce them or let them introduce themselves?
Y'all are welcome to introduce yourselves.
You guys do it.
The Aero Club,
Yeah.
Kyote, Desi, and Kyle Hawk.
How?
How?
No, just kidding.
That's racist.
That's racist.
That usually happens on our
Stereotype.
podcast.
Oh, he's native. He's good. We're good.
It's okay if he says it.
Yeah.
Not you, Frankie.
No,
I can't say it.
You got a beard.
Hi.
That's true.
What's up?
Man, we've seen y'all for a while now. Y'all's tearing up the scene.
Trying.
Trying to. Doing a good job of it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I love it.
So, how'd y'all break into the business?
Oh man,
We're just getting started. Say it. Just getting started.
Who's been in the longest? Me?
You.
Yeah,
Oh
probably.
shoot. Man, just like everybody else, grew up fan.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of grew out of it though, man, because I got in more in football and wrestling wasn't as cool like after the Attitude Era. So I was kind of a wrestling, like a closet nerd, But
It did take a drop.
Yeah. My senior year, man, they did this big show here in Ardmore. Jerry Boswick's actually his first show. Jerry Boswick is the owner of IWR.
Yep.
For people who didn't know.
We
Back
didn't know
when
that.
it was UWF 2006 or something stupid like that. But man, he had Supercard. The main event was like Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner versus Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell. They had R-Truth on there, Rhino, and then my trainer, Alpha Rot. I just started talking to him. I was working security that show. Just so happened, I don't know how I got the gig. And he said he was going to open a wrestling school here in Ardmore. So one thing led to another.
So, hell yeah.
It was a football scholarship or train pro wrestling. I was like, yeah, I'm tired of football, man. I'm skipping college and going straight to wrestling. Here I am now.
There you go.
Hawk can go next.
Hawk's going in.
All right, Kyle Hawk here.
You gotta talk loud.
Kyle Hawk here. Is that better?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Kyle Hawk. Soft-spoken Kyle Hawk.
Yeah, soft-spoken.
You carry a big stick.
Whoa, I don't know about that. Who's you talking to my ex or what?
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
My bad. Anyways,
See, he doesn't. That's why he didn't know.
yeah, I didn't know. Grew up watching it on the res, saw old school stuff. I grew up in the Attitude Era, and I really liked it a lot. Like Kyote, I did football, I did baseball. Was very athletic growing up in high school, and then each sport that I played, I always got bored of it, and I picked another one. So it was baseball for 6 years, and then it was football for 6 years, and then pro wrestling came around. And after I graduated, I moved to Albuquerque and found a school called Destiny Wrestling Organization, or DWO, and met a guy named Adam Montoya, or Mosh Pit Mike, who works for JCW, and just started traveling the world with him. And 8 years later, I'm here in Oklahoma doing our thing.
I don't know if I should apologize for you being in Oklahoma or not.
It's not bad. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Well, this
I
promotion,
love it here.
This
Yeah.
promotion. This promotion.
Okay.
Especially the fans.
Yeah. They're very receptive to us, and that's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
Dude, last show was probably the loudest I've ever heard that many people.
It was great. I felt like I was in an arena full of people.
It
Did you guys see that little? I don't mean to be sound like a douche, but that little chunky kid flipped me off.
Yes. I think I actually commented. I was like, I think he just got flipped off by a fat
I did.
kid.
And he got. And you know what's funny? He got the biggest pop. I was like, man, I'll beat you up, kid. And he just goes, meh, and everyone just erupted. I was like, what the hell? Like, he just flipped me off.
Kyle always gets flipped off, though. Grandpa flipped him off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
Someone's
Hilton,
grandpa,
yeah.
and then the granddaughter's like, why did he yell at my grandpa? I'm like, oh.
But the best part was when we walked out, they cheered us, right?
Yeah.
And we got in the ring. We didn't say nothing. Like, We didn't put them over anything. Then they just started booing the crap out of us, man. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's awesome when you can have the audience react and then in different situations
without doing anything.
Yeah,
just looking at them.
Just look at them, like just give them that stare, and then they get all comfortable and like, boo, and it's like, oh, okay, you want to boo me? And like, oh.
You know the best that is at that. That's Andy Dalton, man. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's dirty.
He's
Fantastic.
Stay away from him, Des. He's dirty.
I could pick him up and slam him down.
You could probably do that to half the wrestlers I've seen in Oklahoma. So
True that.
To
No,
Omega.
there's
I
a
think
lot of
she
good
can do
ones.
that to Omega. O'Malley.
Hey, tell your story, dude.
Yeah, it's your turn. You're the youngest.
Are you done?
I'm done.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. It's like my little brother has been annoying me, especially today. It's all right, brother.
She doesn't like to get up in the mornings.
I know, I get grumpy if I don't get enough sleep. So,
Frank.
yeah, see? It's everyone. It's a necessary part of self-care in order to function and operate and perform up to par. So anyway, how did I get into the business? I get asked this a lot, and I'm gonna not feel bad anymore by not having the same story. Like he said, like pretty much everyone else watched it when I was little. I didn't. As I've said in other interviews and stuff, I don't even remember watching much TV as a kid. We grew up way remote in these mountains. I dream of these mountains. It's like my front window was literally a canyon to these huge mountains at like 10,000 feet, 8,000 feet elevation. So I didn't get that privilege. I didn't understand. I didn't get it. I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew what wrestling was. Obviously, we had television. We weren't like in the old-fashioned times or
You
anything.
didn't grow up like Tim.
Just because I grew up in the Panhandle doesn't mean I didn't have TV.
Yeah, well, when you're segregated, you're just not as influenced. And I know that in California, we weren't on any reservation or anything, but that's a lot how the reservations are. But sometimes when you are that segregated, you really cling to television and fads and what's going on. I don't know why we just didn't. So also, I'm not going to be able to tell you my favorite WrestleMania match because I'm still learning all of this is brand new. And finally, I want to feel like, and I do feel like, because the wrestlers, we come from all walks of life, and you finally accept me for being new, but for being this new, not only just to being a wrestler, but learning wrestling and understanding it, kind of like comic books as well. I'm really into Marvel now. So the wrestlers have been encouraging to me to learn and supportive, but whereas before I felt kind of embarrassed, like I didn't know these names and these matches from way long ago. I'm still learning. There's thousands and thousands of matches and people to learn, and I'm not going to apologize for that anymore. So, because I love it now, and just because I found it later in my life, it doesn't mean I have any less love and passion for it and drive, because I do, especially with my brothers here. That's me patting their back, if you can hear it.
It's really a hard pat.
Slap you.
No, so.
So, yeah, I did sports just like them, was always athletic, and then realized the only thing I liked about sports was that I was entertaining people. Got older, got into acting and theater and did that kind of stuff, performance art, and then stumbled in on a live show, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I have to do this.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So
Well, and the fact that your boyfriend is Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
I met him after I started.
That's after the fact.
Is this shoot? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way after. And God, trust me, my first school that I went to, they gave me the talking to. Well, most girls that get into wrestling, they probably weren't that attractive growing up, probably maybe a little nerdy because they were into comics and wrestling. But once they get into wrestling, there's not very many girls, so they get all this attention, and they basically turn to sluts. I was like, are you serious? Are you telling me that? I said, first of all, I'm too old for that. Second of all, I've had my heyday. Third of all, I am completely uninterested in some kind of man-hating phase that I don't even care. You guys could be monkeys for all I care. Like,
I take offense to that.
it's true, and I don't know how just one person found their way into my heart, but
It happened.
Yeah.
it's good to have the same interest. That's for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is like I was trained by Tom Jones, and I did my tryout, and I had my girlfriend, who's my wife now at the time, and he pulled me aside after we're done, and he's like, you come back, and he told me, he's like, don't bring your wife. He's like, leave him out. And to this day, like, she hasn't been to anything wrestling related.
What?
Yeah, like it's separate.
Well,
Like this is the one thing she gives me that, like I have no. She's like, go do it.
This is your
That's what
leeway,
yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
well, and it is important in relationships that you have your own things and you take your time apart. Everyone needs a hobby. Like your significant other can't rely on you and do everything you do all the time. But that's kind of not fair, I think, to be told that you can't.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think now it's just I don't want to go.
Now it's it's
I
different
feel like,
now.
I feel like back then it's kind of old school.
Yeah,
now
it
it's
was.
Just like now
Times
it's
has
like
changed, bro.
which is good. Because like I know Kyote's wife Heather, she's like a big part of the group too. We kind of like don't really talk about her because we don't really want to get her involved and get her, like nothing like not in a bad way. Just we want to protect her because she's our manager.
She's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like she
Oh,
keeps it
yeah.
together.
Yeah, she keeps us in check, me in check, and then keeps Joe in check, and then like.
You need it.
But she always travels with us, no matter where we go. She always comes with us, and she always, she's always that voice of reason, or she helps us set up the merch, sells our merch, and we're thankful for her.
And it is that old school mentality. Like that's just how it was. And
But really, it's kind of important now that my wife goes because she handles the budget. She has all my dates. She handles my merch, all my money. So
she does ours. My wife does all of our stuff.
Yeah, so
That's cool. I
So
can't.
we got 3 kids too. Like so that's
Yeah, so I don't have no kids, so that kind of
Yeah.
helps too.
I mean,
You have a lot of dogs.
Yeah, got 6
his
dogs.
wife is very involved. Like
she just don't go to shows.
she makes merch for us and everything else.
That's cool.
So I wish I could be that kind of like wife or significant other someday, but we're doing the same thing at different locations, so it's hard.
Yeah.
We I think we support each other in that way. At first, being with another wrestler, I was intimidated because that person's so good, and I was like, I didn't even know that person lived here. So when I watched his matches, I was like, I love that. Like, I was like marked out, right? So
I think we've all had a mark-out moment. It's okay.
So I was intimidated, and then I would get a little insecure if I had to train or perform in front of that person. So I just kept it separate. Like we kept it separate for years. So people are like, "Oh, well, she should be good. Her boyfriend's just that." Not about me, but I hear them say that about other couples. I'm like, they probably keep their relationship not on the same thing, just like I did mine. Only recently did I start like asking more questions and having him help me, giving me advice without being offended, because it's just easy to do when you're in a relationship. Get offended. Oh, I think it'll be helpful.
So what's been your favorite match so far that you've had?
That I've had? Oh man. Whew. Really, man, it's probably like a 3-way tie.
Okay.
When me and this guy worked LAX,
That
what
was
was it?
fun.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Hernandez and Homicide. That was really fun.
I took the border toss. I think I went like 10 feet.
Bro, I took the cop killer.
Yeah,
I took the cop
So
killer.
they
The border
they
toss
cop-
used to be my favorite thing in the world.
so this is what they did. They cop killered Kyote. Homicide cop killered him. Boom. And then Hernandez just threw me over Kyote. Like he was
Yeah.
right there. And he just goes, "Oh shit!" It just sucked.
But it's a tie between that, me and John Morrison at Day of Destiny, which that's one of my favorite matches, and probably me and Chavo at Oaklamania.
We
Day
talked
2.
about Chavo.
Oh, we
all
talked
the time.
about
That
that,
was my first match to get to see you actually work. Was that Chavo match, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
Loved it.
the best part is, man, we didn't do nothing. Like, it was simple,
Yeah.
and it got over. I mean,
Oh man.
You're up.
Oh, my favorite matches. I think I have 2 that come to mind that I'm really proud of. Up in Northern California at Gold Rush, I wrestled Shotzi. And we had been having a little stint of matches, not exactly back-to-back, but fairly close to each other. And I just felt like we finally connected. Like she's, someone I know, and I feel like with that chemistry that got built, we had this dynamic going on, and it was seamless. And I really am proud of that when it was at. I forgot the name of the venue, but anyway, it was Gold Rush. And then also the first time I came with Kyle to Kansas at the Taz, in Hoisington.
Taz.
And that I introduced myself as a cis, and the crowd went wild, and it was my first kind of introductory match to Aero Club. And my opponent was awesome. She was strong, she's big. Skylar Slice is her name.
Skylar Slice actually won an award from us. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
She's a house favorite here at the
yeah,
Mafia.
I loved working her.
She the award was the Triple Threat Ladies Ladder match in
Yeah,
Compound,
Oh,
right?
okay.
that won our match of the year.
Yeah. Wow. And she really enjoyed her match too, so that says a lot.
She's one of them.
said
We've
her
seen her
best.
work a
She's talking about
bunch,
stand-up?
and she gets better every time we see her, man.
Yeah, she beat me and Chavo in match of the year, right?
Y'all came in second?
Yeah, we came in
No
second.
way! Skylar! Shout out to Skylar.
You got beat by a girl.
We got beat by 3 girls.
That's even worse.
I'll take it.
That's cool that the women can be coming up like that and being
Oh, yeah.
recognized.
Yeah. The match that I had, it was 2011 November. Is the match I got. It was my last match against a guy named Sergio Vega, and you can catch it on YouTube. Kyle Hawk versus Sergio Vega. The reason why that match was so special to me is because we instantly clicked that night, and it was my last night because I was deploying or going to basic because I signed up for the Army. And that night we just had instant chemistry, and the crowd ate it up, and they loved every minute of it. And every time I watch it, I'm just like, it's so good, so good. But like, again, it was like move, but we told a good story, move, and we had this whole feud, that built up, and then finally, we ended it, and it ended the way it needed to end. And I'm always thankful for that guy, and he will always have a good place in my heart. And of course, these guys. Tagging with Kyote and tagging with Desi, I'm sure we're gonna make a lot more memories and
Oh, man.
Yeah.
a lot more fun times and stuff.
We talked about Sean, that was a couple podcasts ago. But
I
just,
don't remember
What'd
which
y'all
one.
say?
we said dirty stuff. No. It's just
It's her skin. It's not dirt.
We
just
did.
a gimmick, like, you have the Iranian gimmicks and then the anti-American gimmicks.
You guys are completely something
It's
different.
It's kind of the same, but it's a different spin, like
Yeah.
something nobody's ever seen.
That's Jeff Jarrett, man. He fell in love with us first time he seen us,
Yeah.
right?
He pulled us aside and said, "You guys got something. We
Beautiful.
for a man that has owned his own promotion, built it up, and then just to come to us and say, hey, you guys got something,' and it's like, oh shit, oh thank you, I'm not worthy, sir."
Got tomahawk.
I was actually going to touch on that. There's a lot of the gimmicks out there where it's factions, and you guys should take pride in what you do. It's great. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I watch more wrestling than Frank does. I watch everything. I watch old school, New Japan, Chakra, all of that.
He does.
And everything's plagued with club this, club that, and they don't put their own spin on it. And you guys are the only thing I've seen with their own spin. I'm enjoying it more than I enjoyed the Bullet Club. So,
Yay.
Sweet.
That's good, man. I mean, that's what we
like,
want.
props to you guys on that. Like,
We're trying.
there's a bunch of people out there that are like, oh, we're just going to throw a club in there because it's the new thing, and they don't do their own spin on it.
Yeah.
But you guys take it and
I've seen a couple too, like, I don't know, like Leaf Club or Nerd Club or something weird, Chess Club.
It feels totally different. Like,
Well, they use the same logo like on all the clubs. Like in you can see our logo is completely different. And
By the way, I'm wearing the new Aero Club War Paint shirt.
Yeah.
You should,
I like
That is savage.
get yours now.
you guys have size
Savage
fat.
shirt, sorry. You have what?
we do.
Size
actually.
fat.
I do. I have 3X and 4X for you guys.
There you go. See?
We always have to ask that. Like, we like that shirt. They don't have size fat.
Nope, I got size fat.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. Like when I came up with the idea and the logo, I wanted something similar, and I wanted to stand out. But it's cool because you guys don't know like the backstory of it or the specific details, which I'll tell you guys right now. The Aero Club lettering is for the military. When I was in there, a lot of people don't know that I served. I wanted to get that incorporated into it again, like the Bullet Club or whatever. The Dream Catchers, they're very special, especially to Desi, because they represent something special for her. So I wanted that, and then the arrows and the Indian headdress, and then the female braids. Her version of the Aero Club shirt. It just represents all of us. Like it's 3 different nations united as one. You got Chickasaw, you got
Kuya.
Koya, and then I got we got Hopi, Sioux, and Laguna. We're one. we're not just different tribes. You know, I think back in the days in history, if the tribes would have united just as one, I think the story would have been different. But everything happens for a reason. So
Yeah. And that's why I'm so excited about this. And I don't know what you were saying when I was talking about Skylar Slice, but at that Hoisington show, I got on the mic and they really loved and ate up that I had literally the week before been at Standing Rock.
yeah, when all that stuff was going down.
Yeah, my father and I went there. It was over Thanksgiving week. And during that match with Skylar, they started chanting, Standing Rock, standing. So now I have a move at Standing Rock when they try to clothesline me and I don't go.
She's standing.
It's Standing Rock.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Is like that's where we have come to as these nations that have the same history and the same things happen to come together, because that's what was displayed in Standing Rock. That's finally is what is needed to happen, and it's about time, you know. Because
I think the timing of it right now is perfect because, again, like you guys said, you know, you guys haven't seen, you know, you've seen so many different things, and then you've seen us, and then like the whole thing with Standing Rock and the whole pipeline situation. Just I think it happened at the right time, and you know, like whenever when Kyote and I first met, we talked about it. You know, I don't think it was the right time, but now that we started doing it, like we noticed that it's
fire in a bottle, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Fire in a bottle, lightning.
I
in
said
a
we
bottle.
watched a
Oh, I said
lot.
Fire water. That's what you was thinking.
I did not say that.
his stupid pale face trying to restrain that, you know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it was good, and you know, we're riding that wave right now, and hopefully, you know, we got some big opportunities coming up. We got Sabotage Wrestling in Austin, where all three of us are gonna wrestle and tag for the first time. So
That's awesome.
That's
I
really.
was actually talking about
Yeah.
that with Frankie a couple weeks ago. I'd like to see a trios match.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, we got Oklmania coming up. That'll be fun.
Stoked.
Yeah,
What?
we were speaking of the clubs earlier. Yeah, I mean, y'all just better be ready. I mean,
Should we tell them or nah?
Nah, that's
Okay.
all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
So.
Yeah, you guys just got to go to Oklmania.
Oh, we'll be there. We were there last year. We'll be there again.
Different capacity this time.
Yeah. We also got Vegas coming up. You and I, me and Desi. We got Vegas. That'll be fun.
Desi's got London.
She got. Oh yeah, Desi's going to London. I forgot
That's
about
awesome.
yeah, BEW. There's all kinds of names that I'm like, I'm putting my pants
Tonka's hot over
over.
there.
that. What?
I-
Tonka's hot over there.
You know what? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. So, and the guy the booker, he was very excited. He's really fascinated by the native ways and the history of it. And I never thought that I would be the girl doing a native gimmick. And it kind of, I feel weird when people say, "Oh, you do the native gimmick," because it's not a gimmick. I mean, yeah, it's a gimmick, but I struggled at the beginning thinking, because I wanted to be a wrestler who happened to be of Native American ethnicity. But when I met them, it did seem seamless, and it did seem right, and it did seem like it was the time. I'm like, you know, we can do this. If nobody's been depicting it accurately, properly, then we should. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we're still we're contemporary, but we still...
That's the thing. That's the thing about your guys is the way you guys work. In wrestling history, there's been Japanese wrestlers, you know, like Michinoku and the whole choppy sausage gimmick, all of that. You guys don't gimmick out. That's the difference between your group and most portraying of.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of people don't realize this, but it's not a gimmick.
Sincere.
This is how we are.
Yeah.
Like this is us, and the tomahawk chop is the most important move out of our repertoire because that's our move. Like that's I'm gonna knock you down with that. It's not a clothesline. It's not a punch. It's a tomahawk chop to the head. We can hit you in a
Right.
certain spot. You guys go down. So
I think, you know, speaking of watching a lot of stuff, and you watch all this stuff, and then you'll see something that's like, man, that's special, and that can go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And there's very few that I've seen lately that can do that, and this group is one of them. Like,
I
you can take
appreciate
this
that.
all over, and it'd be on fire
Yeah, we
everywhere.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
yeah.
man.
We're trying, man. Like that's the goal. You know, the goal is to get our name out, to help him, help her, help myself. You know, represent our people in a positive manner, and show them that we're not dead. Show them, you know, oh God, Native Americans, like, oh, they're back, and you know, it's not just political stuff or you know,
Yeah.
you know, we want to represent our people in a positive, you know, way. And
That's what I like about IWR is before the show, like Like the people get to mingle with you,
Yeah.
and they're buying your merchandise.
Which please keep doing.
Yes.
Please.
And then come showtime, they're like, "Boo, you suck!" Like I don't know. I just think it makes the show feel different when you get to mingle with all the people.
Well, this is where people go wrong, man, selling merch. And I told this guy because he was this way too.
Yeah, I really was.
If
I was
you're a
jerk.
bad guy in the ring, don't be a bad guy selling your merch.
Yeah. Like, isn't what Razor said? Bad guys do bad things, but it's not. But good guys live forever, or something like that.
Well, the best,
Yeah.
I watched Hacksaw sell merch, and this guy literally asked everybody who came to his line where they were from and what their name was. And, they bought his merch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just picked up on that. Now we sell $500, $300, $400 in merch every show.
Yeah.
Every single show.
Ridiculous.
Name another indie guy around here doing that. Nobody.
And that's including Desi too. Desi sells like 300, and she just has shirts and pictures. And everyone, she inspires so many people, and that's good. That's what we need to do.
I do see the girls like really look up, like literally their little eyes are looking up and like twinkling.
Tall. She's really tall.
Well, they're little too, but we're heel, so I'm mean. I'm just bullying my opponent in the ring is what I feel like. And I did say at the merch table one time, I said it's not that we're bad people, it's just that we have to do bad things for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what
win.
Right?
Yeah, we got to win. We're taking it back, whatever it takes.
That just attests to your guys' ability in the ring and your presence. Because if you can take these kids, the same kids that just bought your shirt, and then you come out and they're the ones booing you, and they're the ones. Someone threw trash at you guys the last show. Like, if you can do that,
Several
then
times.
as a heel, you've made it.
Yeah.
My goal is to get stabbed by someone. Just kidding.
I know. When
Don't say that.
Please don't.
Was the last show you and I cut that promo before the whole show? We walked out with no music and we got booed instantly. And one kid was like, "You guys suck so bad you didn't even get music." And we barely started talking. But I think that set a good precedent. But I did feel kind of bad because I felt like they really were hating us.
Yeah.
We got so much shit. But as soon as they started coming to the table, we had this line that we couldn't keep up with.
crazy.
I'm
And
like, that's
we
the
didn't,
right way to
we
do it.
didn't like it was before the show too, because we didn't go out like at VIP with them. We just stayed in the back because we had to do a promo. And then finally, whenever intermission came on, it was like a good hour and a half
Broken
until
Bow?
intermission. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good hour and a half. We finally went out there, and all the big old swarm, people just came and. Can I have your autograph, please? And
I
it's
bet
like,
you
oh, you're
hated us.
booing me, oh yeah.
But, I mean, people could say, well, it's easy being a heel. It's easy to get over as a heel. But we get over just as good as faces, man.
Yeah.
Because we work face everywhere else except here.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, and we sell just as much merch and we get, just as loud crowd reaction.
Yeah, it's easy. But it's not a gimmick. It really isn't. It's real. Like I said, it's not. It's just us playing ourselves either because people fucked us over or because we're fighting with them. That's all it is. And that's what I love about pro wrestling because, it's real. And that's why it makes us special is that we're real. Mm-hmm. That's why people can connect to us. That's why, Broken Bow came up to us and bought our merch because we are them. And, part of them did feel like, man, these guys are jerks, but hey, they did get fucked over back in the day. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, one time I participated in some television series, and we did it. We were at a casino up in Northern California, and there was a lot of natives from the tribe that was right there that the casino was on the reservation to. And I approached a couple elders afterwards, and I was like, "Do you feel okay? Am I? I don't want to be offensive. Like, I don't want to exploit this." And he's like, "We're just happy there's an Indian up there doing anything." I'm like, okay. Like, just doing something. That's for anybody. We just got to get out there. Everybody.
It is inspiration. I took my daughter to a show.
I think,
It was in Duncan.
was it the Duncan show?
Yeah, but she sees the girls that wrestle, and that's the only thing she wants to see.
Yeah.
I want for the girls to wrestle,
Yeah.
and these kids do look up to y'all, man. That's kind of the whole reason why I got in it was, man, you're a superhero, like real life
Right.
superhero.
That's the best part of wrestling.
Oh man,
I mean, I'm not that big into like comic books and superheroes and stuff like that. I'm slowly getting into it. Well, I've said many times on the podcast, my superhero wore blue jeans and a black vest. That was my hero.
Who was
Stone Cold.
Oh.
That was my hero. So, to me, wrestling has always been what I've looked up to. Because like I grew up in a really small town, like maybe 10,000 people when I was there.
I grew up in a small region with like reservations. With 100, just in that little small town.
Mine was 300.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I mean, we're not playing Indians. We really are native. We grew up on the ranges. Like, we're good.
But like your hero being, wearing just basic stuff is relatable.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that that's what it is about, is being
Did you
able
wear
for
blue
them to
jeans
relate.
and a black vest at a time?
I did get in trouble for flipping a teacher off one
See?
time.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Stone Cold was so popular, man. He said "F the man," and how many people walk into works, man. I don't want to be here, man. Screw my boss, That's what he was doing.
Right.
And
He
that's
said,
why everybody.
never mind, I need the money.
Right.
And then, like always, every week, I'm like, man, I'm gonna quit this job. And I'm like, oh, I gotta work.
I do that to this day.
Yeah, but how many people want to hit their boss? Like, just punch them.
Yeah, I want to punch mine sometimes. Hopefully, he doesn't listen to this. But yeah.
Mine's a lady. I don't think that'd go over well.
Just go over just that much more.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of, you talking about like the pace of a match and stuff. We had a discussion last week. Have you seen the Will Ospreay Ricochet match?
Japan?
Where's
Oh.
it from?
Which one?
Yeah,
He's not just talking about specific about Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
Okay.
He's talking about the spots that you see in like the What Culture and the New Japan spots where they do like fast moves and
It
they
was like a movie. Like
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
we had a big discussion. Like, what's your take on?
Everybody's has a different take. Like, okay, everybody has a different preference of wrestling, whether it be hardcore, the fast-paced, high-flying. It really is just your preference. I like, the Will Ospreay Ricochet shit, just because it's wow. It's the wow factor.
It's new.
It's different. Yeah. How many times have you seen two big guys just go out there and just do the same old stuff?
That's
you
true.
know? And that's
I guess
why.
it is preference because I grew up old school,
well,
and I'm like,
But see, I'm a fan of Lucha Libre, man, and that's what that style reminds me
yeah.
of. It's like Japanese and Lucha Libre combined, and that's why I like it so much. I mean,
It's like Necro Butcher told me. Everyone's a picky ice cream eater. They have their own flavor. That's true.
Especially if a new flavor comes out, you're like, yeah, I got my own.
Yeah.
Well, and then so
Mint. Chocolate chip.
someone like myself who didn't watch it, and I'm learning it all just at the same exact time, the old school ways and
So you just
the
take
legit,
it.
taking it all in, and it's all fascinating to me. I mean, I'm always one to condone variety, but I do understand that underlying fundamental, the nostalgic, the original way, definitely that's the foundation, but you can always branch off, and things are always going to evolve, but then they often go back to the original way. And I think just right now where it is because of MMA and cage fighting and stuff's been so influential. And then, because, for example, Lucha Underground got so many mixed reviews when it came out, but, it's just there's something different.
yeah. Well, the spots Frank are talking about, it's like German suplex, no sell. Bounces right back up into an arm drag and then into like a DDT into like for him would be go home moves like
Yeah.
Like don't German
So-
like you're done.
Yeah.
Again, it's just
The OG way.
it's the crowd too. It's the people. It's them too.
So you're saying it's not believable? Like it's too choreographed? Like, is that what you're like?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Vince McMahon killed kayfabe,
Yeah.
a long
Yeah.
time ago. So we all know it's already choreographed. So
Yeah.
look at this. Okay, people don't like it because it's choreographed. What's your favorite movie? Let's say The Avengers. I guarantee that Will Ospreay's Ricochet spot was more real than that movie.
oh yeah. Well, I love it. Like
It's like did you watch the Cruiserweight tournament?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it. The UK tournament? Loved it more than the Cruiserweight tournament
Because it was old school.
because that was my style.
Yeah.
So
I liked the Will Ospreay and Ricochet because they're athletes. Like it was just two athletes that were doing stuff that we think we can do or we wanted to do, and they actually did it. That's why I liked it. It was so new and so motivated. So it's just like, wow, all right, that's new. Oh my God, he did that. I've always wanted to see if anybody could do that, and they did it. And it's just like it opened up a new door. And it's like you can use the same moves and the same formula or whatever, but you also got to put that psychology behind it. And then it makes it more special.
Yeah.
But that's how I see it. Like when I see matches like that, it's like, oh, cool, that's cool. I'm gonna try that. And then it's like, okay, why would I try that? Why do I need to try that? And then there you go.
So that's what I was telling him. I was like, a big part of my training was psychology.
Yeah.
That's what
And it's
everybody's
like,
lacking, I think, here.
Why did
especially
you do
in the
that?
independent scene.
That don't make any sense. Like I had a guy,
Yeah.
JT Money. A shout out to you, brother. This is on the real though. He's like, dude, we should totally have a match. I was like, why? Like, what is it? Well, I said, I'll have a match with you on 2 reasons. You tell me why, and what's the end game.
Right.
I was like, because you don't have those. I was like, there's no reason to have a match. Especially doing what we do. Like we announce.
Right.
Like why? To get heat? Well, what's the end game?
Yeah.
So that time when I watch stuff, I'm like, why'd he do that?
I
That makes
understand.
sense.
Like I've seen him give him a Death Valley driver on the apron, and he got up like it was nothing. Like I understand that. Like really, that that should have killed him. It should have been over right there. Like I understand that stuff, but I mean,
No, it is like everything does evolve. We were talking like
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, you got hit with the neck breaker,
it's done.
done,
Yeah.
game over.
Well, I mean, like, a lot of people don't see this too, especially on the news, but like, you get shot at, you got your adrenaline so high, you just keep going, and then finally you just die down because you either lost so much blood or you finally like, oh, hey, I got a bullet hole in me, and it's like, oh,
That actually does hurt.
PCP, man.
Smoking that bath salt, bro.
Yeah, and like so it's kind of believable. You just got to think like that's me thinking into like deep detail, but like not as an old school fan of wrestling or whatever psychology and stuff. But
I just see it, man. Like you said, it's the evolution of the sport.
Yeah.
Look at football players now compared to back then. You think the athletes back then could compare to the athletes now? Not a chance.
Yeah.
Bro.
No,
It's like I told him. That,
some maybe,
I don't even think so.
some maybe.
One of the main differences is with old school wrestling, there was a veil that was there.
Mhm.
The internet broke that veil.
Yeah, sure.
So like I said, I love Ricochet, I love Will Ospreay, I love how they work. But their thing is they have to throw something new every night because there's that one guy that's watched every single one of their matches 10 minutes before he came in,
Yep.
and he knows every single spot they're going to throw.
Yeah.
So that veil's gone.
One-upping and stuff, yeah.
Just like this is fun when you get the question, hey, what's your favorite match? Are you talking as a fan or as a worker?
Right.
Like I get technical. I was like, as a fan, it was Hogan Warrior WrestleMania 6. Because that's when I was little.
Right.
And you're like, that was just, holy cow. As a worker, I can appreciate the psychology and everything, but like just not as a worker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's what you're saying. Like some of those moves would kill people, but when you're in a real fight, you don't feel a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You do get up right away. Because I had a hard time learning to sell so much when I'm like, they're like, dude, what would you do in a fight? I'm like, not lay there, not grab my arm and cry out loud, like, But you have to let everyone know that it does hurt, and that was a big obstacle that I had to get familiar with and used to. But I think that really is the foundation of like what you're saying, old school wrestling, that I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we don't have to do all those big stuff, like what if they cut down the big moves and really did sell like that, then it'd be even
More real.
Yeah.
More realistic, which we try to do every night, every time we wrestle.
like a healthy mix.
it was like Mike was saying out there, it was like moments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
moments.
that was cool.
Like you
That was
don't
a
have
good
to
point.
do like take your time sometimes. Just feel the crowd. That's a big thing to me. Like feel the crowd. Like
moments.
That's what I love about feeling the crowd, like just reading how they are and how to like piss them off. Oh my god, I love it.
Well, that's
And
honestly matches. That's why I really don't call anything either. Like
Yeah.
I'll call the open and the finish in the back, and then after that, man, like
go with it.
you feel the crowd. Alberto Del Rio, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He said the best worker in the world today is John Cena, for the simple fact he doesn't call anything and he goes off the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of agree with it, man.
He's also working with people who know how to work.
This is true too.
yeah,
I'll argue that point. 'Cause we have many heated discussions on him getting number 16.
Nah, it's whatever.
But,
It had to happen.
But
Like,
why let it go?
Why
so
did it have
meaninglessly,
to happen?
though?
oh, meaninglessly?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why not make it worth a little bit more?
Bro,
But
'cause Ric
he's
Flair's
made
coming back.
WWE the most money out of everybody.
that's true.
But Ric Flair's coming back, bro. He's gonna be 17. I guarantee it. Watch.
But Triple H, where's he at? 15, 14?
14?
Yeah, it's
14. No, 15, isn't it?
That's what I told myself. I take solace in the fact that the actual number wasn't 16. It was more like 20-something. So. Before we always do one question here. It's kind of like our staple.
I like these questions.
It's called foreign object.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
It's you cannot name a conventional weapon that
Steel
you want to
chair,
use. No kendo sticks, no stop signs.
Sledgehammer.
Okay.
It's
We've
got to be.
Malco said a gun, so
He just said
Wait, what for an object we want to use?
yes, and it can't be conventional. We've had a pickaxe. We've had
Tim
a gun,
is a spork. He would use a spork.
spork.
Nice.
I would use a large rubber.
Yes,
Good one.
Well, no, you took mine.
Cause that's embarrassing.
They hurt.
Like, you just got.
Get bopped on the head.
How do you just got?
Okay, I was like, what?
That's for another podcast.
Jesus. I don't know. You got a pass.
Ask me anything. I know brother gets all embarrassed anytime, all the time.
Jesus.
With me.
One of y'all can go first.
I need more time to think.
I don't.
Man, I'll just throw it out. I'm using my tomahawk, bro. Who has
Hey,
used the
there you
tomahawk?
go.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Let's see.
But like, would you throw it? Like, let him.
Nah, I'd scalp him.
Just straight.
Yeah, like that'd be the juice spot,
You go.
man.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
I'm trying to
clean.
think what I would really.
Like, I could see like a hard buckle, but really close, and then run to the other side and grab it and just throw it straight to their back.
Oh man.
Classic movie style.
Yeah, there you go.
Trying to think.
When I think about weapons that I want to use, it's something on a stick with both ends, where I could slice or jab.
Some Ninja Turtle shit, huh?
That's what I envision. Anytime I feel like an intruder's coming in the house, I look for something long. I don't know, long with something on the end. What is that?
So like a pike.
Kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it can't be too heavy because I gotta twirl it, either jab
Yeah, a
or
pike.
slice.
We'll call it a pike. There we go.
All right.
Spear.
Yeah.
Well, spear's not double.
I have a spear at home.
I could be double-sided spear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that works. A double-sided spear.
Yeah.
And or pike.
There we go.
Can I
Never
use,
seen one.
Can I use an animal?
Yeah,
Use an
whatever
animal.
you want.
I think it'd be funny just to get hit someone with a chicken, because you know the rubber chicken. Like it'd be funny just to hit someone with a live chicken.
Dude.
What are you doing? Like, yeah, I hit you
How'd
with a
that come
chicken.
from?
What now?
If you grab it by the neck and their claws claw them, that hurts.
Nah, just get it and like grab it by the
The
feet.
talon sharp.
Bro, you can hit somebody with some deer antlers.
No, I want to hit him with a
Ouch.
chicken.
I like the chicken
Oh
idea.
yeah. Deer antler.
Like, you know how like they have the bed of nails or barbed wire? Bed of fucking deer antlers.
Hey!
What about tumbleweed?
Tumbleweed.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that shit.
hilarious.
Tumbleweeds are
That
dangerous.
does hurt.
I saw like an
Fucked up my
8-foot
car.
tumbleweed one time.
Do a tumbleweed
Yeah.
match.
No, grasper match.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Screw thumbtacks, we're doing grasper.
Yeah, I pick a chicken. Just because people have those rubber chickens, and it'd be just awesome to hit them with a real chicken.
Real chicken. We had a dude. He would use a picture of a naked fat chick.
That's awesome.
It would distract someone
Where
for
did that
sure.
come from?
Must have been Drake Gallows, huh?
Dude,
No,
Actually,
Drake.
no.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't.
Drake.
What did Drake say he was going to use? I don't remember. Did he even answer that question?
Nikki?
I think he said "fuck you" and I'm using a chair.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
I don't know. But see, like that baseball
Lame.
bat, I think I like clubs. Stuff that I
War
could
club.
swing.
That was actually Gavin Dixon that said that.
That was Gavin Dixon.
I don't know. You're the
Naked
one
fat
like,
chick.
oh, you took my dildo, and
That-
you know,
well,
it does
that was
hurt.
his.
The boss said the dildo too.
Of course he
Oh,
did.
of course he did.
He wears pink tights.
He even said
Probably.
pink too.
I was
said
just
pink
gonna
dildo.
say that. He was like
Little
probably gonna
sparkles.
call
I said
color.
black.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
But black is like more like, stereotypical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie's got to be correct with his lethal weapons.
Question, does it have the balls on it or not?
Dude, we said
Gotta have something
I
to
saw
hold on
one that
to.
was a fist.
Oh my god.
I was like, that is it.
I believe that was called the All-American Challenge, if I
yes.
remember correctly.
Christ.
I was like, that's what I'm using.
That's awesome.
That's actually that could be a good weapon.
I don't.
It's gonna be her new weapon of
Dude, you
choice.
pull that out and people are like, what the
He pulls out a black rubber dildo fist. God.
I think it
Stands
has to
with
be a different
fist.
gimmick.
Wow.
We didn't say that, just to be clear.
That would be
We did
funny.
not.
Oh man, stands with fist dildo. Dildos hit punch. Jesus,
That's funny.
we need to make that happen. We really do.
You can buy it first.
I
I
will.
did look
You use
into
it.
it. It was like,
Expensive.
it was like $24.
No, really? I thought that'd be more than that. It must have been the little one.
Moving on.
And that's why our podcasts don't get listened to very much.
Nobody listens to this shit.
Remember that time Arrowhead talked about a stands with fist dildo and then you use it on people? Yeah, got hits. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
We got a big show today.
I'm ready.
Kyote's got the boss
The balls.
for the belt.
Boss.
I got Mike Bennett. My goal is to kiss Maria, and then you have Isabella.
Also, Frankie School.
Let's make that happen.
Let's do it together.
Back in childhood days.
I got an easy night, bro.
I mean, whatever.
It's gonna be a bunch of dancing.
All right.
Hip shaking.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners.
You are
You guys.
welcome. Y'all can catch Arrow Club on Facebook,
Yep.
Yeah.
Twitter.
YouTube,
Twitter.
Twitter. You guys have Instagram?
Instagram.
There we go.
The
Desi
whole
does.
bit.
Desi
Yeah.
has it. Kyle doesn't have Twitter or Instagram or.
You don't have anything.
I
I don't have anything.
forget Kyle.
I just got an email and a Facebook. If you want to add me, please do.
Sweet.
Bro.
Buy the merchandise.
Yeah, go look
Buy
at
our
some on
merch.
YouTube too, man. We got a bunch of matches on
Yeah,
YouTube.
Desi Derata, New Bloods or Arrow Club. Check us out. Share us, please.
Sweet.
Share us.
Share it up, folks. And as usual, you know where you can catch us. Facebook, YouTube, the whole bit. And we will see you at your next local wrestling event.
Yay.